the Maungatapu track between Nelson and Blenheim. A rough, nondescript pathway. One of hundreds like it in this colony. Beautiful, serene, obscure, forlorn, terrible. I was to be a merchant, make something of myself, make my dear mother proud, but now, through life and circumstance, I find myself here, in the farthest flung corner of the colonies, with these companions, about to do, I'm not exactly sure what.
Stone cold. We'll be exercised soon enough.
You sure they're coming?
Patience, Tommy.
There's plenty passing.
We wait.
Gold, you say? That's for sure.
3 sold-up shopkeepers in a miner.
Aye. They'll have gold, all right. They'll have everything they own.
Where'd you say they were headed?
Nelson, within the west coast.
Well, there's you a detour.
A temporary one. Dick.
It don't concern yourself.
Oh, come on. Not got all day.
Pressing engagements, Joseph.
Yeah, buggers will be shocked.
Keep them that way. Until we get them up there.
Even up there, we don't let them on.
On to what?
We say we're taking them into the bush to see our boss.
We'll release them all separately. Aye, that's good. That'll
But-
keep them calm.
We are releasing him, right?
Phil, you'll act as lookout.
All right.
You take that horse into the bush and you shoot it.
Shooting? No!
It's only a horse.
But won't they be needing it?
For what?
Travelling on.
No one's travelling on but us.
Yeah. Someone's coming.
You look sharp.
That's him, I think.
Yeah, 4 with the pack horse.
Right, let him get up, right in a rock.
Right.
How? How? I wished I was somewhere else. But I was here. I was involved.
Stand by them! The autobiography of Richard Burgess, the murderer, written in my dungeon drear, town of Nelson, year of grace, 1866. To God be ascribed all power and glory in subduing the rebellious spirit of this most guilty wretch, who was hitherto led an awful life. Yet he believes that Christ will receive and cleanse him of all of his deep dyed and bloody sins.
Do you really believe that, Master? It was shocking what you did up there.
Though your sins be as scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Though they be red like crimson, they shall be as wool.
You take the Almighty at his word.
I am blessed with certainty of thought.
Are we to be home?
I am, that's sure.
I would like to die.
I'll do my best.
Will you read more of your story? It's soothing.
My father I never knew. That's to say, I was not brought up under his care and nurture. All the years of my growing in London, I knew but a mother's care. At the age of 14, I removed myself to the Surrey side of the Thames, and there I fell in with a band of youths more advanced in years than myself. To the profession of pickpocket, I soon headed there to Bousebreaker. At the age of 16, I was apprehended. I received 30 strokes of the cane and 15 years transportation to the Australian colonies. My mother came to me in prison. This was her parting salutation. Goodbye, son. You've hitherto been a bad boy, and now I'm about to lose you forever.
No, Dick, run.
We shall never meet again.
Run, run. They're after us. They're
God
after
bless her.
Run. No, get your hands off me.
Tommy. Tommy, wake up.
No.
Tommy!
Ah,
wake up.
after us! They're coming for us!
They're not coming for us, Tommy. You're here.
What?
You're here in Nelson with me and Phil.
It's all right, Tommy, we're here.
Oh, yeah. Nelson. In jail. I was hoping to wake up and find us camped out in the bush somewhere or laid up in some fancy hotel. That was our life. We used to do that. We were free. We weren't harming nobody.
We were Roman people, Tommy.
Yeah, what was you about? Did you write your confession? That's admirable, that is. Put your own neck in the noose to save Phil and I. It's noble, isn't it, Phil?
It's noble, Tommy.
Don't give me too much credit.
You
I
all
was
shut
very
your
close.
blessed tracks. Man is trying to sleep. Soul can get no quiet.
You are not a man, and you have no soul, Joseph.
Your incessant talking drives me to distraction.
And yours drives me into the gallows!
Tis nothing less than you deserve, you scoundrels.
And what do you deserve, you villain?
Oh, we shall see. In court.
Well, I trust the Almighty to bring the truth out here.
The Almighty. The Jew, he trusts to Jehovah. Tommy to his bottle. And you to your God. Yet I trust in my own strength that it serves me better.
Yet the cell contains you, just the same as us.
You three go to the gallows, not I.
It's not sure yet.
Tis in my mind. And the crowns. Ha, I'm Queen's evidence.
It's the fancy face of turncoat! Judas!
Nevertheless, they are bound to listen to me.
Only if you're credible and can't be overturned.
Now, don't worry, Phil. You see, I will be, and I won't be. Because I'm clever with words too, just like Dick in his writing, but I'll make it stick.
My fate is certain. I know that. But I go absolved and peaceful of heart. Your sins will follow you to a murky end.
Think that, Dick. If it comforts you. Think that. But I'm back to my bed. And pleasant dreams.
With no conscience to plague you, that may well be so.
Here we are, awaiting trial in a month, at each other's throats. A far cry from when they first threw us in here months ago. No evidence of bodies, just suspicion of foul play because 4 men travelling the Maungatapu track were missed. We'd been seen in the vicinity and suddenly now had money. I was of a subdued disposition upon first arrested, but the other 3, though they knew full well what they had done, they took umbrage. They made a racket.
Hey! Get the spinning grab, you bastards!
Oh, we can't eat this slop!
There's better stuff in our crapper!
Give us some exercise. What are you afraid of?
Yeah, there's another you to handle the 3 of us!
Put the shackles on if you're not men enough!
You get your asses in there now, you bloody cowards!
Yeah, oi! Turn us loose! We're innocent!
It's outrageous holding us without charge!
Well, the Chief Magistrate in Wellington's going to be hearing about
It's
this.
a travesty!
We know our rights, you bastards! Have some of that! Go on!
Thus they carried on, refusing to cooperate. We knew the police couldn't hold us forever and couldn't charge us without bodies. We had only to hang together. But then they put up a poster in full view and it all changed.
What's this?
It's a ploy, Joseph.
A free pardon. If one of us not involved in the murders will testify against the others.
Do they think it's that green?
Yeah, you give us some credit, you miserable bastards!
Mongrel dogs!
You leprous beggars!
You treacherous curs!
Miserable wowsers!
You cowardly buffoons!
Cowardly baboons!
Hey, you're a laughing stock, Shellcrest! You're an arse!
Yeah, you're an incompetent arse! Hole!
Waste of government money!
Yeah, a waste of any money!
Space too! That's told him. We don't give it another look, chaps.
Yeah, that's a spirit. We hold fast.
Why? We're in no danger.
None at all. None at all.
You've no fear for me, Joseph.
The chaps will target you. That's why they put this up.
He said have no fear.
If anyone will turn.
Joseph, we've known him for years.
I've known him for weeks. He's not like us.
What's that mean?
He's not. Hard of heart.
You count that as a weakness?
Sure enough, the police thought me most likely to be innocent. The lookout man who took me away for questioning. Sullivan caused a ruckus.
The Jew will turn. He'll break. You watch.
Well, this is what they do, Joseph. They take us away one by one and tell us the others have turned. You should know that. Bill won't talk.
And I didn't. But Sullivan, the wheels were turning in that cunning mind of his. He made calculations.
Sergeant! I'm ill. I need the infirmary.
He turned Queen's evidence. They took him away and he told Sergeant Shellcrest where the bodies were. They sent word to the search parties on the slopes of Maungatapu and they uncovered the bodies. Then they brought Sullivan back and put him in a separate cell. Wisely, for his sake.
Joseph, what have you done?
What I had to.
Oh,
Utter bastard! You son of a similar mongrel whore! In all my career, I've
Come on,
never-
Dick. The writing was on the wall, literally.
Grateful for those bars, you bastard. If I could get at you now,
Well, you can't. And you won't be able to in court either.
Oh, I will. You'll see, you demon.
Oh, easy, Dick. You'll hurt my feelings.
you're a low man, Joseph, a face coward!
You scum! We let you in! We let you travel with us!
Well, I travelled for a while, Tommy, and then I parted ways.
Bastard! Tommy! Tommy! Save your
Kill him!
strength!
Kill him!
Save your strength. That miserable bastard's not worth a breath in your lungs.
Sullivan gave out it was us three who did the murders. That I was in the thick of it while he innocently stood lookout.
Don't worry, Phil. I'm writing my autobiography. My confession. Sullivan and I sent you and Tommy Eade to Nelson the day before. He and I alone did the murders.
But that's not true either, Master.
It contains truth. For a greater good.
You'd be signing your own death warrant.
I'll happily stick my neck in a noose if it will save you too.
Thank you, Master. While we wait, we go over our lives, try to make sense of it all. I think of Emma at the Dunstan, who deserted me. Tommy and Dick, they talked of other things. They went back through it to where it all began.
That's good.
Another? Well, I think I'll have another.
Oh, you're strong enough without that.
But death, Death is final.
No. Death is but a curtain, Tommy. We pass through it to the other side in a life eternal.
No. Death is silence. Blackness. It's the end of all things. Strong. I wasn't strong. I leaned on you like an older brother.
You got plenty of strength when you find it. Remember how you were at Gabriel's Gully? With Trimble?
Damn him. Coming to our tent that early. Another half the clock we would have been away. We overslept. Suddenly the 6 constables outside our tent. You went for your pistol. And then he said...
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'll have your brains all over the canvas.
Do you remember? This frontier has no place for ill-natured scum like you. Hard-working men, scratch and dig out a perilous living, taking years off their lives, and then you come and take it all. It won't stand. And I was like, oh, is that right, Trimble? Oh, yeah, we know you, and we'll come for you. And he was like, damn you, you impudent fiend! You'll be bought a book for this? And I said, well, Trimble, men like us, we can handle the consequences of our actions. We're cut from different cloth than you. Now get on with it before I test you.
I was proud of you for that.
I think that's why I said it.
We'd but squeezed just a little bit harder, then that miner would have been below ground and we would have skipped jail. 3 years. 3 years in that hellhole Otago jail. More beatings, more floggings, solitary confinement. So I said no more, never again. From now on, none we rob stay above ground.
Do you remember that warden when he released us?
Gentlemen, go to the West Coast digging. Make an honest living from the sweat of your brow. Mark my words, gentlemen. Next time it will be your necks. Why do we not turn on us when we got to Hokitika?
We're creatures of habit, Tommy. I should have, for Carrie.
She come in?
I've urged her not to.
You loved her.
I don't know. Perhaps.
A saloon girl. How?
I came off their diggings and went to the Hokitika, found a hotel room. She came in and asked if I needed some company. She was different. I asked her for a drink outside of business, but she refused, so I took her by the arm, roughly. I meant to have her, but she wouldn't succumb, not on my terms. She didn't call or lash out. She didn't need to. Defiance in those eyes. She couldn't be controlled, wouldn't give permission. She was stronger than me. So I let her go, and I said, I'll ask your pardon. And she said, you'd be the first to do so. I said, oh, I am used to taking. She said, I'd have been taken.
Huh?
So I said, we both break habits. Something formed. I told her I intended to stay in that hotel for 3 more nights and leave, and asked her to stay with me. No more with any other. She agreed, and we were together.
That girl Erin Nelson, the shopkeeper's daughter, we could have, well, we still could. There's still time in there. Is that foolish? But you love Carrie.
Yes, Thomas. Suppose I do. She's in Hokitika.
Where all this began. Joseph and that damn game of cards.
Aye, Joseph.
I'm sorry I introduced you. He was a good talker, handy fighter. I thought he might
Look,
prove
in that
useful.
game of cards, I should have seen him for what.
Pass me a table, will ya? You wretch. Come on. Let's go. Put 'em up. Constable! Constable, here, quick! This man cheated me in cards. I wish him taken into custody. The barkeep there, he'll tell you. Well, you good sir, you'll back me up. There. 2 witnesses. Now, I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but with a great crowd of people watching here, I'm sure you'll be obliged to take them in for questioning now. Thank you, good man. You're a fine example of our constabulary. Pillar of the community. Tommy. There you are. This must be Dick Burgess.
Tommy says you were in our work.
I am. Most only.
You'll turn the man in.
Well, it all happened so fast. You know, I saw the constable coming and I thought to myself, I don't want to spend the night inside for breaching the peace. If I'd have had it my way, I would have brained him and spat 2 ways.
Is that so?
Tommy here will tell you, Dick. I'm a steady hand.
Oh, I told him, Joseph.
You know, it's providence. It's us coming together. I get results, you see. Same as you. And when I heard you had something in the off, I says to myself, that's just the type of job I like. Just the type of people I can work with. Tried and true like a well-tempered blade. As easy at a fine dinner table or in a stone block cell, with manners to suit either. J.J. Sullivan's another such person. I can work a man too. You take me along and have no quibbles. That'd be a pleasure to serve, gents. Pleasure.
Tommy?
I knew him at school, nonsense.
Joseph. Come with us to the grave.
Body.
You were supposed to be scouting only. Who's this?
It's a surveyor. Can't you see by his sextant?
The bank at Fox was our mark.
You know, this fellow looked like he might have a bit of money about him. After he'd seen us, I couldn't let him go. It's a shame, really. He seemed like a nice young fella.
Why were you seen at all? You were supposed to be scouting.
He looked wealthy. You know, I was curious.
You were impetuous and foolish.
Never care now.
How much you get?
£6.
The Fox job could have been worth 1,000 or more. Now we have to leave the province. Give the money to the man who stood lookout for you, Wilson.
Oh, come on now. I've got expenses.
Give him the money.
All right. Steady now.
Get digging.
Manual labour. I'm a pugilist. Fancy I can drop any man. But you, Dick Burgess, you had quite a name for yourself in Victoria. As a man not to be trifled with. Nevertheless, if you push me, you'll find me no such man.
He's strong-minded, it's all talk.
Well, he doesn't bother me at all. But we need to leave this district now. I've sent for Phil Levy. Counts us as friends from Otago. Says he knows of a bank further north at Westport. Says he can go with us. Needs the company more than the job, I think.
Phil, it's good fence, fortune. We can use him to put away the notes, but travelling with us, he is a bookkeeper.
He wants to come.
Want to take Joseph?
He's a big, strong brute. He'll have his uses. Besides, if we lay him off now, he could cause us harm.
The 4 of us then.
A happy co-war.
The Jew's taking his time. Everything will have to be split 4 ways.
His name is Philip Levy.
Nothing against him personally, just as a class, you know, I never trusted his race.
As a class, I found him no better or worse than anyone else. Judge a man by what he does.
What's this?
Caricatures. Of you, me, and Kelly. Circulated by the Okateka police. We're all over the coast. Made it up here to Westport. They don't know who Phil is yet, and that makes him useful. Besides, he's discreet, which is more than can be said for some.
I'm sorry. There's no banks here. My information was wrong.
What's that?
I'm sorry, Master.
Well, a pretty state.
Well, there's nothing left for us on the coast now.
There's goldfields, banks in the Nelson area.
I played some skittles and a hand or two of euchre at the hotel. Providence smiled on me.
Steamship passage. Tommy, Joseph, back up our things. Phil. If we don't find a bank, we'll do what we must.
Oh, I understand. These, I think I do, but not entirely.
Why did you come all the way from Otago?
Do you know what it is to be lonely?
Oh, I've always found myself in company. Most of it bad.
I sometimes feel a veil is over my life, separating me from all meaningful human contact. I've drunk so deeply in this well of isolation, I felt detached from this world, not even a part of it. I met Emma, and for a time I felt that I'd broke out of that prison, but she left. I started working with you and Tommy. I knew you were not good, but you gave me acceptance.
Well, this trip has had more dangers than you're used to. I'm your friend. So as your friend, I say choose wisely while you can.
I'll come with you to Nelson, Master.
Nelson, scant pickings. Nothing for us.
I thought it was a nice wee town.
A waste of our time.
It's worth a look, Joseph.
Was it? Bank of New South Wales heavily guarded, all the other banks too, and now this climb up this God-forsaken goat track. I don't need it.
Yes, you do. It'll take you to Picton and the banks.
I suppose so.
Why so impatient?
I've got a family back in Victoria. And a lady in Okateka. I'm just tired of waiting while opportunities pass me by. Speaking of which, heads up, it's a rider.
Morning, sir. No, we're headed to Picton. Nelson, not to our liking. No. It's just that there's nothing to be done here.
It's a fine beast.
Would you take a cup of tea?
You must be getting on. Yes, no, we understand. We understand.
That cove had money about him.
A few pounds, perhaps.
Well, from what I've heard, you've never lacked the courage before.
Oh, there'll be courage enough for a worthy target.
The banks in Picton, Joseph.
Could be heavily guarded as well. I've got expenses.
Forget the whore and Okateka, Joseph. She'll make money on her own.
I've got a wife, children who rely on me.
Well, I suggest you shut your ear.
Anyway, Dick, I'm not the only one with a whore in Okateka.
No, Joseph, no! On your life.
Never again.
Don't you ever threaten me.
You think you're dangerous?
I know I am.
I don't.
No man's ever scared me, Joseph.
It's always the first time.
Try. I will eat you. Moon on the water. It's a splendid spot.
What's this place called again?
You knew before. Too much of this. Canvastown. So named for the tents, which I gather have somewhat dwindled. Nevertheless, it's still a producing goldfield.
Why was Slevy headed up the valley?
I've sent him to the diggings at Deep Creek.
What for? We're headed for Picton.
Before the gold gets there, it comes from here.
I see. They hanged my brother, William, in Victoria, strung him up by the neck. I can't go like that. I could have too. So easily. I could have. I could have swum, but I can't. I need to find a girl like you have. I need some happiness in this sex pit of my life. I can't go out in the middle of it, alright? Can't. There. No. What's doing that for?
To save your hangover and more dark thoughts.
Half my life I spent behind bars, and the other half camped out in the bush, in the fucking wet bush, or dossing in some shitholes like that storeroom you got us dossing in. Is that a life, Dick? Is it?
It's been our life, Thomas. For good or bad. We chose this. We chose it and we can bear it.
Oh, yeah. Now you have her, you don't have to bear it.
The drink makes you maudlin.
We won't make it to Picton, will we?
There might be something at Deep Creek.
Something or someone.
What does it matter, Tommy? We need money. And we'll have it.
Right. Right.
Find that steel.
There is Francis. Yeah, I know the children need me. I'm trying to secure finances. I've met your associates and we've got ventures planned. I do love you. Not the sort. You know I always needed a venture. You always knew that about me. But I will return. And I'll have money this time. I'll be back for a while, for a long time this time, I promise. That is, I'll try. I want to be a good man. I am a good man. I try in my way. I do what's good, for what's best for... Damn it!
Sold up shopkeepers heading overland to Nelson in a few days, cashed up, starting a new life.
Now that goes.
Let's settle we passed over. Maungatapu. Men could easily be waylaid. Phil, have something to eat. Bodies could go undiscovered up there for months. tracks in Picton are again.
Take your drift, and I like it.
I'll still for Picton. How much have we got left?
Nothing.
What, pennies? A stale crust for food?
And all that clothes worn out. Come on, Tommy, this is no way to live. If I'd have known you were faint of heart,
Down me, Joseph.
well, don't give me cause.
Phil,
Yes, master.
we're headed back to Nelson.
All right.
That old man who passed us, he was cashed up, heading for the west coast too. He'd have something about him.
He looked a picture of distress to me.
He recognises us as being off. It's not the money, but the harm he could do us. If we waylay those other men, he'll be sure to pipe up.
We'll take him, and then tomorrow we'll have the other four.
That's good, Dick.
When you say take,
You'll act as lookout.
you'll rob the old man.
Yes.
And then?
We'll see.
Yeah, what of me?
You've been in this with me before, Tommy.
You'll set the road on fire with this.
You find it still, or walk on. But no more talk.
There were moments. This was the last. Dick would have let me walk on, but I didn't. We caught up to the old man, Jamie Battle, and kept him talking. He tried to cry poor, but Dick had had none of it. He and Sullivan took him into a gully, into the bush. Tommy kept watch there. I stayed a few hundred yards up the path and kept lookout. I am cursed with empathy. Too much of it. I have many times lived that wretched man's final moments, from what I was told later.
Sit.
He said, sit.
Hey, Lee, just take my money. I don't have anything in the world except my dog. I had to kill him yesterday. He couldn't make the journey. But I want to live. I want to keep going on. See if there's anything out there for me. There's always hope, isn't there? There's always hope. If I'm to be murdered, I'll be foully murdered!
Silly old coot.
I'll get the shovel.
That's not how I work it, man. I'll show you my way tomorrow.
It'll be black work.
Not for us.
The day after they waylaid Battle, as they told me, we found a large rock at the top of the Maungatapu track, and Burgess, Sullivan, Kelly and I crouched behind it. We waited. A young lady and her companion passed by. We let them be. Then a rider. We let him pass. And waited. I was here. And my fate was now...
Stand, Baylor!
Get your hands high! Now! You heard him!
Easy, we just want your money.
Easy now.
Right, let's get him off the track. Move.
Hurry.
I was the lookout, on the track. I didn't go into the bush, that I swear by Jehovah. I shot the pack horse, and even that weighs heavily on me. I was told what happened later. And again, I felt for those poor, unsuspecting men. I imagined their terror. And I put myself in their shoes.
That's far enough. Kneel.
He said now!
Search him.
Please, all the money's in the portmanteau and my pack horse. But please don't take it all.
Shut up. We'll take it all if we want.
You're not going to murder us, are you?
Of course not. Don't even think about it.
We're going to rob and release you. We're going to take you away one by one to see our governor, Charlie, in the bush over there. What's your name?
George Dudley.
Well, Mr. Dudley, you're going to be set free first.
Oh, why, thank you. That's most kind. No.
Now sit down.
There we go. Yeah. I'll blindfold the piscatcher.
Why? Why do I need to be
Hey,
blindfolded?
quiet now, Mr. Dudley. You'll alarm the others. It's for your benefit. Our boss, he don't want to be seen. He's done.
Warwick, they heard noises.
Don't fret. We need to take you away one by one and release you.
It's all right. Mr. Dudley's already gone.
Gone? Where?
What's your name?
De Pontius James.
Where are you from?
New York.
Long way from home.
Come on, my man. Up you get. Let's be having you.
Please, you don't have to do this. Please, I'm leaving the country
Shut
soon.
up.
Please.
Oh!
Right now, get out of there! That Frenchman's still moaning.
Those four travellers found companionship, camaraderie in this harsh world, but in the end they died so alone. The horror of that. We went back to Nelson, bought new clothes, got our whiskey shaved. Dick said the men wouldn't be missed for months and we'd be gone within a week. We lived as gentlemen for a day or two, divvied up the spoils down near the port in the sand dunes. Tommy bought a mohair shawl for the daughter of a shopkeeper. He was sweet on her. Dick and I stayed at Porchilli's oyster saloon, keeping scarce. Tommy and Joseph, they caroused at the Mitre Hotel.
Dick, he's got all these problems with me.
He'll come round.
I'm not a bad man.
Of course not.
I love my wife, my kids. I'm a provider.
You're a good man.
I'm just getting, impatient because you saw me on that mountain. I'm a team man. When there's work to be done, J.J. Sullivan's always going to... Dick will come round.
Of course he will.
You'll see.
Of course he will.
I've been about town. It seems a man, Moller, was following the four men we waylaid to pick up their pack horse. Couldn't find it.
That storekeeper we stayed with in Canvastown, Jervis, he's come over to Nelson, gone about town stirring people up.
I saw the Harvey brothers in the street just now. I played cards with them and the four missing men at Deep Creek.
It's terrible. In 4 days' time is a steamer for Taranaki. Until then, we keep ourselves scarce. Don't draw any attention to ourselves.
My name is Jack Hole and Jimmy Sweet. My name is Jack Hole, Jimmy Sweet. My name is Jack Hole, and I'll rob them great and small. Now I'm paying for it all. Damn their eyes. Damn your eyes.
I was drinking quietly in a corner of the Wakatu Hotel when the Harvey brothers brought the police down on me. I was taken into custody, but I kicked mum. Tommy, Dick and Joseph, they met in the back lot when they heard of my capture. The whole town was in an uproar.
"2 days is a steamer for Taranaki. We camp out of town and we make for that steamer in disguise.
If your Jewish friend doesn't shop us first,
He won't talk.
I've got nothing on him.
Oh,
I'll have
wait.
to let him go eventually.
wake up, Tommy. He had pennies in Canvas Town, now he's got pounds and plenty of them. That's enough for them to leave for him.
Go and get your things.
I've got £50 and Owen's is safe. Are we getting it?
I told you not to show anyone what we had.
I wanted my money safe.
Stupid.
Easy, Tommy. Don't test our friendship.
You'll go £50 light.
Never me. Step aside, Dick.
Owens will know you by now.
That's a chance I'll take.
They take you. It's us. We camp. Then you're lost!
And they took Sullivan, like Dick said, trying to get his money out of Owen's safe. Took Tommy and Dick in the street, threw them all in the lockup with me. But the authorities had nothing without bodies, just suspicion. If we'd all held fast, they'd never have found the bodies. Never had a case, but Sullivan, he...
Travelled for a while in parting ways. I could have parted his skull from his body. But now I must forgive him.
Bollocks to that. I can't. I won't. Hanging's too good for him. He'll be drawn and quartered too. Yeah. That's what they used to do to traitors in the old days. Cut in 4 parts, and each part's into the 4 corners of the kingdom. You villainous blackguard. You son of a scum-sucking...
Oh, there now, Tommy. No sour grapes. I played the game better than you, that's all.
You'll stay in character, even here.
There is no character. That is what happened.
I think he's actually convinced himself.
I never liked you, Master Jew. You're weak, and you feel too much.
Oh, I should have trusted those feelings upon first meeting you. Never had anything to do with you. A dissembler, an approver.
Oh, play your part in the trial, Mr. Levy. Lest the part I assign you convinces the audience more.
It's a trial, Joseph. It's not a theatrical performance.
I know you at least are not that naive.
I suggest we get some sleep. For the trial.
Good idea, Dick. You see, I still follow your orders like the dutiful slave I was on that fateful day.
I wouldn't care if you tossed and turned all night.
It's not very Christian of you, Dick. Where's that newfound religious fervour and charity?
I reserve it for humanity. Dearest Carrie, oh well, I now see the pain that I've caused you. I should have stayed, made a life with you. And now I hear you're with child. It puts me more to shame for being absent. That child is a good and wise mother. Let him listen to her and follow the Almighty side of my shame if not. I doubt I shall ever see you again, for I cannot ask you to travel to see my most deserved demise. Your word says you hate these things the most. A proud look, hands that shed innocent blood, and a lying tongue. Of these first two things I have fully repented. Trial begins tomorrow, and I must amend the truth to save my two friends. I hope that you... I trust that I have to do it. Amen.
Your Honour, my testimony is as follows. We were hidden behind a large rock and wait for the Deep Creek men. We saw them coming up the track toward us. I saw Kelly about 8 yards behind the men with a knife in one hand and a revolver in the other. Burgess and I, we stepped out, presented our guns at them. They crouched down and held up their hands. I then heard Kelly say to one of them, "You are very nearly a dead man, old fellow." Levy, he then closed in on them, and they were led into the bush. I lost sight of them, passed back up the road and behind a rock to act as lookout. A little while later, I heard the report of a gun. I heard 5 pistol shots within about 2 or 3 minutes. Burgess, he then emerged further down the track with a gun in his hand. I told him I was getting alarmed at hearing so many shots, then asked if the 4 men had turned on them. He said no, but that they had made a real mess of it. Levy, he then told me later on that night as we headed back down into Nelson what happened. They'd shot, stabbed, and strangled them all.
Your Honour! Kelly and Levy were not present at these murders, only Sullivan and I. I sent them ahead the day before to Nelson, and we met up with him just outside of town. Kelly asked me if everything had gone off as planned, and I told him yes, but I did not tell him that we'd murdered them. He asked me how much we'd got, and I told him about £300. He said he wouldn't have had it happen for as many thousand. Later, Levy asked me, "What news, Master?" And I told him we robbed some men and we took some money from them. Your Honour, may I be permitted to cross-examine Sullivan?
Your Honour, this is it.
Thank you, Your Honour. Had I more control over the others than they had over me?
A great deal more. What you said was law.
Is that why you, a respectable gentleman as you call yourself, were willing to go with me to the Grey to rob Fox of Banker, and that old man Battle, and these other 4?
Rob, not kill. You exerted a great deal of influence over me, yes.
Well, when did you murder Mr. Dobson, the surveyor?
I saw Mr. Dobson's body lying in a bush. It was shown to me by another man, Wilson.
What about that poor unfortunate man Battle?
Didn't murder him. I didn't see him murdered. I was told he was murdered later.
You're a liar! Sorry, Your Honour. No further questions for now. Kelly has some.
What did you make your confession for?
To bring you to justice.
Did you have any other motive?
None.
Why did you leave 5 of your fellow creatures exposed to the elements on that mountain for so long before making your confession?
It was not safe to confess until I had witnesses to corroborate my evidence. As for the bodies, well, the mischief had already been done, and they were dead.
My own lawyer questioned Sullivan too. No one in that courtroom believed a word he was saying, yet no one could find a hole in his testimony despite 15 hours of cross-examination. He was demoniacally cunning.
Will that be all, Your Honour? Thank you.
The whole colony was watching to see what they'd do with us. They needed convictions, and Sullivan's testimony, it held up. We were duly convicted and sentenced to hang. Carrie came to visit Burgess. I heard them in the next cell. She said to remember her and their child as he was waiting on the gallows. He said that would be in his last thoughts. I wrote a letter to my dear mother. My time is now drawing to a close, having but a few hours left for me in this world. Mother, I swear by the eternal God, Jehovah, that I am innocent of these murders. My heart is too full to write more, but I pray I shall receive more mercy and justice in heaven than I have on this world. We came then to the night before our execution.
Remember our times? In Otago, Phil? In the taverns?
High times, Tommy, high times. You, me and Dick.
And our missions reconnoitring in the goldfields?
Yeah, I remember fondly, the three of us.
Oh, more times. I must have more times.
When I was a child, I fought as a child.
What?
I was happy as a child, not since.
But you could be again. We just got to...
With you and Dick, my brothers, I was content. I had that at least.
No. You've given up. You don't give up, or I have to. You fight.
There's no use fighting anymore, Tommy.
There is.
There's dignity or not. That's the only choice now. Just try and get some sleep.
Tommy,
No.
wake up.
No!
Tommy.
No. Where is it? Where is it? You haven't taken it, have you?
Face it soberly.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for ever introducing you to Joseph.
It's played out so for a reason.
No, it's no reason. It's just wrong.
It's not wrong, it's right. We would have carried on doing this until it happened somewhere.
Well, we'll go out together, won't we, Dick? As always.
Yes, Tommy. You and me. And Phil with us. Strong.
Seems our final hour is upon us, mate.
Accepting that is it's a comfort of sorts. The whole town is angry with us. I can't blame them. It'll be an event.
A cannon on the Port Hills to signal our demise. Crowds gathering on Church Hill, climbing trees to get into the courtyard.
We must ignore that crowd. Their anger. We must face this moment together.
Master, does it not bother you that despite your newfound intimacy with Jehovah, you lie under oath about Tommy and I?
Greater love hath no man than he that lays down his life for his friends. my lies have cost me my salvation, then at least I was true to my companions, as I have ever been.
For many years I've been scared of dying alone, terrified, but now at least I know I'll be going out amongst good friends.
The honour is ours.
Gents. Sherry, good morning to you. Even if it is your last. Make the most of this time available to you.
And you, Joseph. I hear you'll still get the death sentence for the murder of Battle.
The governor will commute it. He has to be seen to keep faith with informants, otherwise none will come forward again. I'll be out before the decade turns. Back in London, living large.
What about your family in Victoria?
They'll make do.
You may have escaped justice for now, but it will find you. And while you exult in all your power, you'll be dragged away in an instant.
Is that a prophecy?
It's a certainty.
Still, I'd rather be meeting you.
That just declares you the bigger fool.
Goodbye, dear.
It's a strange thing to know the precise minute and place of your death. Strange and sad. This courtyard is meant to witness our departure. I'll go home while we...
Captain, may I say a few words? Gentlemen, it grieves me to see my two friends in so painful a position, bought her as they were under false testimony. I am anxious to declare with my dying breath that Sullivan was the murderer of Mr. Dobson, and that he was engaged with me in 5 different murders. He committed these crimes. I forgive him. I must forgive him, as I look to Almighty God for forgiveness of my own offences. I have no more fear of dying than I have of going to a wedding. Indeed, although this is the morning of my death, I shall view it as the morning of my wedding. I am ready to obey the commands of law.
Good morning, but an unpleasant morning to you all, gentlemen, countrymen, brotherly men, and spectators to one of the most awful, terrible, dreadful, painful, mournful, and wrongful, unjustifiable, ignominious, and inglorious deaths and murders that ever took place.
That was to signify our hangings. Captain Clouston told Kelly to finish, or he'd have read all day.
Yeah. Cried no more, cried all night.
The approver Sullivan has sworn everything into existence to put my neck where his own should be. Never mind. The Lord is waiting. I swear by the eternal God Jehovah, the God whom I worship, that I am innocent of these murders. Amen.
I greet this notice as a prelude to it.
Oh, I'm not ready yet. I haven't finished my speech. You should let me finish. I'm in a Christian country, I should be allowed to finish my speech. I'm not hanged, but murdered. I love Nelson. Please don't let it. Don't. I would have lived
Thomas.
years. I would have
Shut
lived years.
up! Die like a man.
I'll hang on the right side of you, Master. Burgess faced forward, and I heard him utter his words from his final letter to Kerry.
Good may he come forth from bad. Our child is those most rare and precious of gifts. Innocence and opportunity. Live this life well, child.
I thought of Sullivan, who should have been where I was. But that was beyond me now. Thought of my dear mother, carried her grief would overwhelm her.
Not ready yet.
I committed myself to Jehovah and tried to make my mind blank as if I'd already departed. But I was only too conscious of the hood being placed over our heads, of the minister reading from John chapter 11, of Tommy's babbling, and of how on the words, though he may die, he shall live, a lever was pulled and we dropped. And I was freed of the pain of this world.
I watched him drop. Saw Kelly twitching, fighting it, but he couldn't win. They swung on his legs to finish him, poor wretch. I say poor, but really I felt nothing for any of them. I received a death sentence for the old man's battles murder, but the governor commuted it to life imprisonment with hard labour, as I predicted. I spent 8 years in prison. Nelson, Dunedin, Auckland. Survived many death threats. I was the most hated man in New Zealand. Eventually I was released and returned to England in 1874. And there I went back to Victoria, Australia, and I found my wife remarried. Myself reduced to living in a hovel, shunned by society. After 1876, I disappeared completely. Nobody knows quite where. Some say I returned to New Zealand, Nelson even, to uncover bags of gold we'd hidden. Others say I went to Taranaki to work as a stonemason. There was a rumour that I died destitute in an almshouse in Auckland. A writer, he even devised a scenario where I returned to London, took up a lady, and lived my life more or less as a gentleman. And on coming out of a West End show one night, I was accosted by a street fuck and got stabbed. Oh, and died alone on a grubby, ill-lit street. But no. No. That scenario would play right into Burgess's prophetic utterances of doom for me. I won't give him that satisfaction. The truth is, nobody really knows. As for who did the murders, well, exercise your own judgment. My fate